One News.
Welcome back, guys. It's just about 8:15 on your Tuesday morning. Oh my gosh, I must have had some of this. Hey, so you've heard about stout coffee beers, but what about a blonde coffee beer? Blue Moon Brewing, I said New Belgium earlier, that was a mistake. Blue Moon, also a Colorado company, first nationally available blonde coffee beer, and they brought it in for us to taste it. And the cool thing is, John's a brewmaster over at Blue Moon, but John, you guys worked with a local coffee company, Luna. Douglas is here from Luna. I mean, that was pretty important, too, to find a local roaster, right?
Yeah, it was great. They're right up the road from us, so he can bring samples down. He can come try new beers. We can try new coffees. We can get the blend perfect, and it's always the freshest coffee.
Now, without giving away too much of your secret, how do you put coffee into beer? Like, what is that brewing process like?
You know, it's a lot like making coffee at home, but we do it on the cold side, so we don't actually boil it or get it really hot. We do it on the cold side. We steep it, and we keep the color down, so we've got a really blonde, pale beer with a great coffee flavor.
Well, that's the cool part to me, is that it doesn't have to be a heavy, dark, stout beer that you guys have. It's more on the lighter side, so anyone can enjoy it.
And Douglas, I don't think people realize that craft coffee, craft beer, there's a lot of similarities in what you guys do, just in the sense of how much love you put into your product, don't you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. We source coffee from all around the equator, around the world, and not every coffee is the same. So coffees from different countries taste differently, and finding the right one that pairs with, in this case, a beer is an art.
All right, so let's taste.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting on that.
Don't mind if I rudely ask. In terms of coming out with new flavors of Blue Moon, I mean, for years, Blue Moon was just the Belgian white, right? I mean, that was the classic Blue Moon flavor, if you will.
Yeah, I don't think people realize Blue Moon's been around for almost 25 years. We've always had some experimental flavors, and with the new place we have in the Rhino District at 38th and Brighton, we've got 24 beers on tap. So the next big beer is probably on tap right now. We're using all of our customer feedback to get people excited about what's new and what's exciting. This went on in 2018. It quickly became a top 5 beer for the entire year. We said we've got to release it. So Iced Coffee Blonde is in the variety packs right now.
Is that what you do? You test them out on tap?
Test them out, yeah.
So people should come to the Blue Moon Brewery
Come to
downtown,
the Blue Moon Brewery
check it out.
3750 Chestnut Place and try all the beers you want.
Now, this may be a dumb question, but I'm full of those, right, Kirk? Does this have caffeine in it? I mean, there's coffee, so
That's a
are we
good
talking,
question.
am I going to wake up in the morning?
This doesn't have caffeine in it. We
doesn't?
actually went that way to try to prevent people from saying, I don't want to drink it because it's caffeinated. So
Okay.
it's got all the flavor of coffee, but we removed the caffeine.
As a coffee guy, Douglas, what do you think?
I think it's absolutely delicious. I mean, what we really tried to do was accentuate the beer. So we found something that really had crisp acidity, that had real juicy stone fruits and berries, and a real satisfying finish that really complemented the beer. But remember, it's a beer. It's not a coffee.
Right.
So it's coffee inside of beer, but it's not a coffee
It's not a
alcohol.
coffee. Well, it doesn't-
so
yeah, I
you
mean,
want the
look at
beer to
that.
accentuate itself.
You can tell it's not a coffee just by looking at it. It looks more like a beer, but the coffee flavor is kind of there. Now, goofy question, just because I'm curious. How do you use the coffee beans in, or do you grind them, or do you actually brew coffee and put that in?
So we brew the beer typically with normal malt, hops, wheat, yeast, whatever. We then add the coffee ground up to the aging tanks. And so it ages on coffee, so it extracts the flavor without extracting a lot of the color.
And then you drain it.
And then we filter it, yeah.
Filter it. That's the word I was looking for.
Filter
Awesome,
drains
cool.
it.
And so obviously you guys have this on tap downtown, but you can buy these now in multi-packs anywhere?
It's in multi-packs. You know, it's all over any liquor store. A couple of the grocery stores now are carrying it, so it's available nationwide.
And it's good stuff. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Well done
Yeah,
to both Blue Moon
congratulations.
and
Thank you.
Luna.
Well, Blue Moon, and you guys have been in Colorado for years, obviously under the Coors brand, but doing your own thing downtown, and we love it. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank
very
you.
much.
All right, so we're going to just have a beer and
Yes.
get over to Brooks.